I'm Kishai Chad, and let's queer up business. Castro gay bars face privacy concerns over face scanning ID systems and shared customer data. Several bars in San Francisco's Castro district are facing scrutiny over the use of face scanning ID systems that critics say could allow customers to be tracked across multiple venues. An investigation by reporter Sydney Hayes for the San Francisco Gazetter found that bars including Mix, Badlands, and Toad Hall used ID scanning kiosks operated by Patron. The systems collect personal information such as names, addresses, genders, and behavioral data inside venues. According to the report, the kiosks share information with a connected network of nearby bars. This raises concerns that patrons flagged or denied entry at one location could be identified at others. The data is reportedly deleted after 30 days unless a customer exhibits bad behavior, in which case it may remain in the database. The issue gained wider attention after a Twitter post on June 10th from Eddie Kim, who wrote, quote, "I went to the Mix in the Castro, and they collected my photo and ID data without me knowing. Turns out it's part of a surveillance network and some worry about a corporation having lists of gay people in 2026, unquote. Privacy advocates say biometric style identification systems may create unique concerns for LGBTQ plus patrons who value anonymity and could face risks related to outing or harassment. This story is rather interesting because I find in this day and age of AI not being regulated and people afraid of being surveillanced and corporations having a bit more pull in our politics, in our government, a lot of, shall I say, conspiracy theories. People have always felt that maybe the powers that be are intentionally surveilling us without our permission, without our consent. And a lot of people don't feel that this is something that should be happening because, for one, privacy should be privacy. Our identities, having our information possibly being utilized to harm us or mark us or out us it's a violation. I'm just curious how you all feel. I mean, this for me is it's just red flags to me all around.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I just flew back from New Jersey. And so, when you go there, you have to have your ID scanned. They are even scanning your face just to go in because I guess sometimes your face doesn't match your ID. At least I know mine does. So, so yeah. And then it's kind of like you're going into a bar where, you feel like you feel safe as a gay man and maybe you aren't out to your family and stuff. And that is really concerning in terms of like how many people knowing that I go into this establishment. Yeah. Now, I understand there might be some concerns in security and things like that. Maybe that's what their goal is and stuff. But, I just, like you said, too, in the AI world where it's just not 100% accurate and it's so like, it's not at its greatest. I just think that we should be very cautious by doing something like this.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you what. Amazon, Target, Sean Cody, Corbin Fisher, they all have lists of gay men, and I'm on every single one of them,
Probably,
right?
You're right.
But in this day and age, I come at this as from two different angles, and I absolutely respect both of y'all's points. But I come at it as a journalist where the phrase reasonable expectation of privacy comes into play a lot when you're doing reportings and things like that. And whenever you're out and going into a public establishment, you to a certain extent surrender that. And as a gay man, I kind of like the idea that they're interconnected because I would hate that someone who's, and I'm just going to go with the most common scenario, someone who's drunk and, sort of pissing all over themselves, you know what I mean? It's just kind of out of control. I would hate that they could go from, bar A, just cross the street and go into bar B. Those bars can talk to each other. It's a more efficient way of a bouncer. Because, like, let's say a guy comes in and the bouncer goes, "Oh, he's always an idiot. Don't let him in." Right? But now that bartender's off, and now you've got an idiot who's going to get violent, 3 whiskeys in, right? So I see it, and in this day and age, is our personal information out there? I mean, to me, I've kind of already surrendered the idea that
No, and I
it's,
hear
that it's
you,
out there.
and you make valid points.
Absolutely.
But I think also too, it's just a matter of, oh goodness, I just lost my train of thought with that. It was a good one. I'll come back.
I have
to it.
no doubt of that.
All right. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Tonight.